And I call it the Super Bowl strategy for rebounding. And that is, and I got some Super Balls today. I'm so excited because these really bounce. These are a lot of fun. So Super Bowl, the Super Bowl strategy is that, you know, the harder it gets thrown down, bam, the higher it comes back, right? Not on carpet. I'm just saying, hold on. Okay. But the theory is that when you have a Super Bowl and you bounce it down, which is how it feels when life hands us lemons and we were expecting some sweet tea, okay? The theory is, of course, that the harder a ball bounces, you know, is bounced down, the higher it goes back up. And the perspective, the viewpoint from a Super Bowl rebound is amazing. It really is. Ah, look, she's here. Oh my God, alert the press. Oh, hello. Yeah, 11 minutes of song and dance. Hopefully I haven't lost anybody. She's coming in. Awesome. All right. So if you've ever wondered what it's like to be on TEDx, yep, trying everything, literally. I got you. I can see your name. I can see you. I don't know if you can see me, Robin, but
I can see you.
Ah, hello.
Hi. Now what do I do?
Well, there might be a little. Are you on your phone, hon? I assume. Yeah.
I am on my phone.
I don't know where the button is for your video on your phone. Yes. So yeah, we would want to have some video.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
hey! There she is.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Hey, look, I even have Starbucks behind me.
You've been hitting the road and your hair's got long.
I know. Well, what can I tell you?
You look gorgeous. You always do. I'm so happy that you were able to make this. How cool. Thank you for trying so hard. I know it wasn't easy.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, my tech skills and my phone and whatever.
It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I was giving people the Super Bowl theory on getting through struggles. We love it when it has lights, but the harder it bounces down, the higher it goes back up. You know that whole.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, I like the lights. Anyway, enough about me. Thank God you're here. And, so where are you exactly right now?
I'm sitting in Starbucks, as you can tell,
yes.
And it's pouring outside.
Yes.
I am on West 27th Street. I'm going to go down to the venue called the Improv Asylum. They just moved the location for TEDx from Hudson Yards to this theater, new something or other called Improv Asylum down on 26th Street. I have no idea pretty much.
Okay.
So I'm going to go check it out.
Okay.
Rather than
Asylum, that's kind of a scary name.
Yeah, definitely. But it kind of fits, you know. So
yeah.
Exactly.
So are you? So based on the addresses, you're in New York, are you?
Excuse me. I am in New York. Yeah, I am in New York. I stayed up here prepping for TEDx Saturday. So.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yep.
So pretty exciting stuff. You're in New York quite a bit these days.
I am in New York. I know. I should just move to New York.
Kinda.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And do you have any? Have you met anybody else that's in this yet with you?
I know one of the speakers. I met 5 or 6 of them last night. We did one kind of run through, and the other people that didn't show up last night could show up today. I chose not to go back today. I'm working with my coach, Trisha Brooke, who's phenomenal, and so I didn't really need to hear everything else. I'd rather go see the space, to be quite honest, because I didn't get out. I started at 5 o'clock yesterday and got back to my daughter's apartment at like 9.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I'm not doing that again.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
And I've always been wanting to know this. And honestly, if I could find the Facebook page where we're actually live right now, that would be so awesome in case anybody else has questions. But
yeah, I don't know.
I don't see it, so I'm just going to plug away, okay? One of the things I have been dying to know, like almost, almost. So many of the presenters have this extremely slow cadence, and there's no variables. The tones aren't there. Did they coach you to do that?
I think that's up to the individual speaker and their coach, to be honest. So I know with Chelsea Park, they have 2 coaches, I'll say in-house, I don't know, that are working on their team. I chose to work with Trisha Brook on the outside just because I've worked with her through Speaker Salon.
Got it.
Crafting my talk. So we have cadence built in and kind of not programmed, but I've broken my talk into kind of 3 to 4 parts of like where I should move and where we kind of change the beat and where the talk kind of shifts, you know, into like another conversation.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. Yeah, so my goal is not to lose anybody or put anyone to sleep. That's my goal. We have cadence. Uh-oh, I think I lost you. No, there you are. Cool.
Hopefully, I found us on Facebook.
Oh, cool. Hello,
Hey,
Facebook.
hey, we've got a friend here, Colin from Glasgow.
Oh, hello.
I know, right? Hey, Colin.
Yeah. What's up?
What's up?
How's Glasgow doing?
He's good. Yeah, he's real good. He's always good. Yeah. So he's reaching out to Madeline Black, who you know just did hers, and anyway, because he wants to do TEDx too. Colin, if you have any questions for Robin right now, she's the unlikely panelist. Field your questions.
I'll be the guinea pig for you all.
Yeah. So I'm really happy to hear that you actually get a chance to decide a little bit more animation or a little more variables, because there's been this sort of a bit of a drone on in the presentations that I've seen, and it just, I thought, God, do they make you do that? You know, if they don't, then that's good.
No, I don't think they're supposed to. I don't think they're supposed to. And once your talk is approved, you know, there's, like, I've been through several rounds of submitting the talk, running it through their team before we even met the whole group. They've had their comments, take it or leave it. But it's really, it's your talk, and as long as the topic is what they accepted it under, you know, they don't, you kind of have some creative, whatever that word is.
Okay.
I would think. I mean, I do.
Well, I'm so glad to hear that. And so in order to help you get something, whatever it is, yeah, okay. I want to know, and maybe not at this second because Colin's on, and I know you have to go. When at 6 o'clock, do you have to go like right now, Robin?
No, we can stay on a little bit longer.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Unless you want to take us with you on the studio tour, which would be freaking awesome.
I could, but I can't say I've been there before, so we could be walking the streets of New York for which could be comical.
That actually be really fine by me.
If you want.
Yeah.
Are you serious? You want me
to? Totally down. Totally down. Let's do it. Totally down.
Oh, geez.
We're gonna do what we can. Make you rock star level there in New York City at the moment. And,
all right, hold on. I'm gonna drink this up.
Okay. Okay. And then you can hear me, so I'll just throw you. Colin's question is he'd like to know the process and how you get to talk about your own subjects.
So all of the TED applications have usually a theme, and Chelsea Park's theme is unconventional journeys, which, if you know anything about me, my life is an unconventional journey.
Wow, that's a great topic.
It's a great topic. So I'm able to I'm a total unconventional journey. So what I'm doing is, the title is The Science of Loneliness and Isolation. So it's combining really my background as a molecular geneticist and admitting to it, and taking the science and admitting to it, and how I impeded my own flight, like the gene that I found, and how we can really change the conversation and actually how loneliness is affecting our health, but we can change that.
Yay! You know I care about that one. Good job, girlfriend.
Yep.
Good for you. You figured it out. Like,
So,
and you know what
yeah.
else? I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, so really look, if you want to apply to TED, you want to get on TED stages, really look at the things that really resonate with you. Because otherwise you'll be applying every day, all the time, which is frustrating. So don't do that. Don't do that.
Now, I also understand that is it still true that there needs to be certain affinity, like you have your daughter in New York? There needs to be an affinity to the location where you actually do your talk. Is that?
Well, some stages only want from that location, like specifically only that location. TEDx East Hampton really wanted, East Hampton women only wanted women from that area.
Yeah.
Which I think is Connecticut, I think. Whatever, it's Northeast. But Chelsea Park is pretty diverse. I think there's Jersey and Philly, and I mean, I guess, well, I'm a native New Yorker, but I'm living in Virginia, Northern Virginia, but I live here more than I live there, so.
So it all blends together, so that works out.
Right.
Yeah. I want to throw this in because when we first spoke, Robin, which was probably in February, I think, you had very reluctantly mentioned discovering this gene. And
yes, I did.
You were very reluctant, and I would like very much to give you the platform once again to speak on that, because that is remarkable, and you have found a way to marry it with isolation in the work that you were doing. No doubt you did that. And
yes, I did.
yes, and the life you were living. And I just already want to applaud you for a brilliant speech, for being able to pull all that stuff together and make it happen. So tell us about the gene you discovered.
So the gene I discovered is called TUB36, which just means the transformational unit on the 36th chromosome.
Okay.
In fruit flies, actually, is what I worked on.
Okay.
And the gene itself has to do with a mutation that affects its wing formation, which impedes its flight. So the interesting conversation is that through my own hiding and isolation, I impeded my own flight. Right? And the whole, as a fear strategist, as you know, I talk about fight or flight and how we can use fear to our advantage. So for me, it's just kind of marrying the idea and admitting to it, that you can use fear to your advantage. The interesting part, why I think it took me so long to actually admit to the science behind it all, is for me, yes, it might sound cool, but if you're a science person, but I used it to hide. Like for me, it was just another hiding place, and I talk about that actually, and I'll talk about it on the TED Talk.
Oh.
For me, the lab was a place to hide. So yeah, it might be interesting, but I used it as just another stepping stone to stay isolated.
Wow. Gee, wow. It's like, oh, you know.
I feel like I'm actually, it's funny, like I feel like I'm almost like being like coming out and reborn or something. Like if you guys watch this, like you'll know everything about me. I think all the puzzle will fit.
I think this is so awesome, girl. I'm so happy you were able to connect with me. Now, it's very likely when you walk away from Starbucks, if you're on their Wi-Fi, that we'll lose you.
There is a chance you'll lose me.
Yeah, very likely I'm going to lose you. So before you step out the door, just a couple more questions.
Okay.
Okay. So when you were coming to grips with this, okay, I was hiding in a lab. I have been like very comfortable with isolation. I have actually, you know, I like eclipsed my own wings, and now I found my way to fly. And you've been doing like freaking drone circles over the earth ever since.
And my name's Robin, and it's a bird.
That's right. Right. It's amazing. You're the poster child for midlife my ass. I'm just getting started.
I'm telling you, see, we should do travel the globe together.
I'm okay with that. I really am. You were really, really just like so. I mean, in 3 years, right? 3 years, you went from I'm gonna have a book when I'm 50 to being on TEDx, right?
Yeah, my book was, you know what's interesting? This has been kind of interesting. So my book was, 2017? And I kind of wrote it to write it and get my story done out in public. But I didn't necessarily think TEDx and the book would go together. And now it's all, I talk about connecting the dots, right? And sequencing your life, right?
Yeah.
And life connects. Like, it all comes together. It might be screwed up sometimes, trust me. But it's interesting how it all weaves in, and it could go in circles, trust me, half the time. But it all comes together. Like, there's pieces all fit.
It's incredible. I mean, I'm really just gobsmacked, as they say in Australia, just absolutely blown away.
Oh, let's go to Australia. Okay.
I would love to. I miss being there.
I've never
Hey,
been,
Bryce.
but let's go.
Yeah, I'm totally down. I really, really don't play with me, girl. Don't play with my emotions. I miss it there, something fierce. So okay, so we have somebody who's just joined us who's wanting to do things in his, and I would consider Bryce just a distinguished gent who has an idea of being a podcast host and helping people to realize the value of a fraternity and promoting the higher education associations that go with that. That's generic. But I've also encouraged him to be a guest before he becomes a host.
That's a good idea.
And yeah, hear that, Bryce? It's a good idea. Okay, it's been validated. Okay, it's a good idea. Anybody, please be a guest first. Yeah,
it is. It definitely.
Yeah. So when Robin is a podcast host and a stellar guest at the same time. Managing all of this, Robin, like it's amazing. You've been on how many cities have you recently been in? 23?
Oh, gosh. Something like that.
Yeah.
I kind of lost count. I don't know. The following weekend I'll do Fearless Women Columbus, Ohio, the weekend of the 29th, and then I think I'm on hold until Halifax in August. I think.
Gosh. So you're not doing New Zealand in the fall, in October? No, you're going to Italy.
I haven't. That's right. I have a retreat in Italy for 10 women called Women Who Dare to Live Their Best Life, Tuscany, October 19th to the 26th. And it's filling up. I just got 2 people today.
Yay!
So,
Hot diggity. Hot diggity. I wish my name was on that list.
I was sure your name's coming on that list.
Girl, I wanted to.
It's coming.
Oh, I've been wanting to go to Tuscany only my whole life. So, yeah. But back to you. I can lament off camera. I have tissues and
we'll talk about that.
Yeah. How do you manage it all, Robin? I mean, seriously, like, how do you?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know that you are managing it.
Yeah, I'm not always sure. One day at a time, one step at a time.
Yeah.
It all kind of interacts, but I don't know. I'm just having fun. So.
Oh, that's the most important thing, isn't it? Hey.
Yeah.
Is when you're having a good time, it definitely helps with the flow of things when things don't go the way you want them to. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So so I understand that you're on the schedule for tomorrow. You are the last of the morning speakers. Is that still right before lunch?
I have no idea, to be quite honest. It's actually Saturday.
Sorry, Saturday. Yep.
I don't know. The original, there was something that was posted and it showed me as number 2. That supposedly was not and everyone was like, oh, you're 2 and I'm number 5 and whatever. That supposedly is not the order. That related to something else, like forms being turned in, which makes no sense.
Got it. Got it.
Whatever. So I actually do not know. So as soon as I find out the live stream and where I'm at, I'll share that with you so we can post.
Oh, that would be great. That'd be great, because whatever we can do, you know, us folks back here at home are rooting for you.
I love you guys to watch.
I got some pom-poms right here. Go, Robin. Go, Robin. Go, too.
I want you watching and cheering. That'd be awesome.
That would be so cool. Yeah,
That
so
would be
Altavisa's
awesome.
just joined us. She's like, go ahead, Robin. That's awesome. You go ahead, girl.
Thank
I love
you.
Altavisa. Yeah, she's awesome,
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah. So what's magic is that you've been able to combine your science and your spirit in what you're doing. That is remarkable.
It's pretty interesting, you know. I mean, it's really. I'll tell you what's interesting. The most interesting part is that it's given me a credibility in the platform to talk about the whole science of fear and this whole thing of hiding and loneliness and all that sort of stuff on a different platform rather than just stating it. It really does give me a lot of credibility. And there's so much. What's fascinating, it's actually igniting my interest in the science of it, because there's so much scientific proof on how we can change and reprogram ourselves. It's fascinating.
Wow.
Like, absolutely fascinating.
I love that.
So we all have a lot of work to do, because these patterns, we can change stuff within 3 weeks. Like, as little as 3 weeks, we can make some major changes.
Wow. And are we talking about neural pathways?
Yep, we're talking about neuroplasticity.
Yep. Yeah, it's really been right here, you know, yeah. So how exciting is that? So do you see yourself teaching people how to do that? Is that what you do?
It is what I do. It is. So as a fear strategist, I want to be that disruptor to say, stop the pattern and let's think about it and reshift it and reprogram it, and using the fear method of like giving yourself permission and then forgive, emerge, accept, and resolve. Whole new way of thinking.
I love it. It's so important. So do you have automated webinars, or
Yeah.
You already got that? Girl, what are you like? Do you ever sleep?
That I have one webinar. That will all come back out in July. I'll get that together. That stuff I haven't had time for, but I'm working on it.
Wow.
That's July.
Oh, okay. That's in a week. Okay. Just quietly.
Okay, well.
That's all
All
good.
right, maybe by the 3rd week of July.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I was literally just on the phone with somebody who works with people, and I said, I love helping people, you know, and every time I say midlife my ass, I'm just getting started. You know, people crack up, they love it, and then they realize what it's actually saying is it's time to, you know, untie the cement shoes and get up in a hot air balloon. And she said that she helps people by, you know, in her own way, try and get out of their own way, because the fear that you know, and it's a hard group to work with because they're so freaking used to, I'm scared. This is the life I live. No?
Well, I think, you know, as I think we both share this, right? The more time goes by so fast, so the longer that you're in that pattern, it's amazing how quickly that I don't think you realize how quickly the pattern keeps going and going until something happens that makes you stop and pause and really think about it. So I think that's typically why in that midlife, I hate the word midlife, but I like the badass part. So let's go with that one. The badass stage of life that we deserve to hit.
Yes.
I think that's when it's kind of like, wait a second, you know, I've served everybody else, and let's wake up.
So I want to ask you something, and I don't want to hold you up too long. I want to respect your time, but I'm just burning to know this.
Okay.
I had this idea about virtual reality, and because it can literally bring a person down to their knees with the realness of it. The woman was talking about that and how she was he was going through virtual reality, and she was experiencing what it's like to cross the border in Mexico, and being, you know, and be like gun to her head and get down on the ground, get down on the ground. And she said she was down on the ground crying, and it's all virtual reality.
Okay. Wow. Good.
Like that powerful. Is there, do you yet know if there's some way that the programs can be created? Because as long as I can remember, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to help somebody get their vision in virtual reality, and also the neuroplasticity that you're talking about? Is there any conversation about that yet?
Well, I think a little bit of what I do is, I think it really comes down to self-awareness and knowing who you are and setting your boundaries and your non-negotiables. Like, what are your golden rules that you're living by? Because I think when you can really, and I think that's why our age group does that. I think when you have that ability to say, like, I've lived this part of my life, and this is what I'm going to accept, and this is what I'm not going to accept. And I think once you can establish that, then you can really put the foot down and say, I will accept this, or I won't accept this, without that fear of judgment or rejection, or, you know, is someone going to call me selfish? And the goal is, my goal when I work with people, my goal is that you don't eliminate those fears, but you can shorten your trigger. So you know it's coming, and your conversations are coming to yourself, and you just start to shorten that trigger so you can reset quicker.
And the level of self-awareness that has to be part of this, where a person may say, I suddenly need to go shopping, and they don't even realize it was because they were about to record their first webinar and make their, you know, make a you know, their fork in the road with their business, and all of a sudden they're over here, and don't, it doesn't look like fear at all. It looks like I'm following my heart. I'm doing, you know, play, you know.
Well, that's all those patterns that we create in our brain, right? That, you know, and our brain is really good at tricking us. Our brain loves patterns. So our brain is the first one to be like, oh, you don't want to change that because you're used to this. This part's easy. Why would you change that?
Yeah, you've made it this far on that pattern. Why would you change it?
Exactly.
Wow. So is it, do you think that your talk can ignite an awareness that hasn't been made yet?
That is the sole purpose of it. Yes, I think it will. I actually think it will. I think it will totally ignite that, that people can look around and actually leave with it and call to action.
God, the service that you're providing, and it all started with some you know, laboratory and life where you found your voice, and the service that's behind that, the mission that you have is so huge. And can you give us the and I will let you go on this because I'm watching the clock and I know you got to go. Can you give us the thought worth sharing? Is that what Ted says? What's the one idea we're sharing?
Oh, the thought. Let me think for a minute. Well, I guess without giving away the whole talk, that I guess that, well, for me, life is a sequence, just like DNA sequence, but life is a sequence of dots that connect. Your life is, and sometimes you don't know how it connects, and usually it takes some sort of epiphany of some sort, but trust in who you are in the world by making a really active, conscious choice to make those decisions proactively in real time. You know, as connected as we are, that's part of the talk too, as connected as we are with all the media that we have, we actually, loneliness is becoming the next biggest public health crisis since obesity.
Absolutely.
And substance abuse. So learn to look up and live more active and consciously, and realize that you have a choice to make.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, and anything new at first is uncomfortable, just like riding a bike or learning to walk, which is really against our aerodynamics with a big butt and Pampers. But we learned how to do it, right? You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
But finding a mentor, aligning with somebody who's already been there, done that, and knows the way out, so that those things that are unfamiliar or scary, but you know you got to do it. Otherwise, you're
Yeah.
just going to die from not doing it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, yeah. Those,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And that's the first step, realizing like I want to make the change.
Yeah.
You have to want to make that change.
Yeah. You know, Mark Victor Hansen always loved to say, what you want wants you even more than you want it. And, others will say, if you've got the vision, there will be provision. So,
I love that.
yeah, I like that too. Yeah, that one works. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So thank you for being the messenger of some major, major shifts on our planet.
Hey, thanks. Thank you for being the messenger. Now we're gonna go hit the road and travel, right?
I hope so. I hope so. Midlife My Ass Tour. Let's rock and roll.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. We just got to get some funding. Okay, on that happy note, I wish you the best. Enjoy your walk down New York streets, and keep us posted, girl. Thank you so much for sharing this time and experience with us.
Hey, thank you, and I'll get you the link, and hope you guys can watch it live.
Yeah. What time are you on Saturday?
I still don't know.
Okay, fine. That's right. When you know, let us know.
I promise I will.
Okay, I know you will. Okay, girl. Love you.
All right. I love you too.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye, honey.
Take care.
Yeah, that worked out great.
Yeah.